and welcome back to End the Slant. Today is episode number 81, I believe. It is October 3rd, so we are officially in the spooky season. It is my favorite time of the year right now. October is my favorite month. Before we go any further, how you boys doing?
Good.
Devil worshiper.
Me? Yeah. For liking October? That has
I'm
nothing
kidding. They call it the devil's holiday or some shit.
Oh, no. That has nothing to do with anything.
It is a fun season, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually,
Justin
take it
gets
back.
to dress up this year.
I forget that I haven't really been doing much besides football, and I lost in Brady's league, and the Raiders just fucking suck. Aiden O'Connell sucks, so actually I had a terrible.
You're down bad.
That is the worst thing to happen. Lose fantasy and your team.
Oh, that happened to me this week. On today's agenda, obviously, we're going to talk about the Week 4 games. We're going to talk about our predictions, and then we're going to talk about Thursday Night Football. So let's just get straight into it. Let's go ahead and start with our predictions because I will say right now, my man to the left, Dustin, had a great freaking week at picking, and I am still down bad at the moment. So here are your standings through Week 4. It's been a quarter of football. We've learned some things. We know some things now. And Jared is still in the lead, though, at 46-18. Dustin, 14-2 on the week. Realistically, could have gone 16-0.
Should have gone 16-0.
Yeah, because obviously no one thought the Bengals were going to lose to the Titans. The Bengals have looked bad, don't get me wrong, but...
And then the Bears and Broncos game was just a toss-up.
Yeah,
but
that game... And then the Bears were leading all game.
Yeah, the Bears should have never lost that.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah,
Real quick, though, I'm going to say this right now. I should be 13-3. I'm never choosing a homer. I'm going to start going with the team I think is going to win and not who's at home because that Lions game, I was going to choose the Lions, but I fucking didn't.
But to be fair, there's a lot of games that, that Alex and Brady both picked that we'll talk about that could have went the other way too. So I mean, they were close games even when we were opposite picks because it always seemed like it was me and Jared on the same team on when it was a split decision 2-2.
Yeah, for sure. Alex went 11-5. I went 10-6. So I made no ground this week. In fact, I went backwards again. Dustin went 42, as I said, and Jared 12-4. So those guys are all one game within each other, and I am 5 games back of last place right now. So, we
haven't decided the losing challenge yet. We still need to, but we're definitely going to have a losing challenge. Because I felt like last year it was a lot of you kind of just leaned on what the other people are saying, but now we all send our predictions in privately. So, I feel like there's no, bullshit going on.
Yeah, we made our predictions live last year, and we would be like, "Oh, you picked them, so I'm gonna pick them."
Yeah, exactly.
There's none of that
especially last year, I started throwing, and if Brady and Jared jumped on somebody, I just jumped on the opposite train, and I just threw my record. So now I don't even think about doing that. I just pick my picks real quick and don't even think on it.
Yeah, so it's been fun so far, though. I have a lot of room still to improve. There's a lot more football left, thankfully.
Yeah, we are not even close.
So we're not close to the end yet. I definitely need to make up a lot of ground, though. So
hold on, let's just check out these islands real quick.
Dustin had an island for the Bills. That was a great island.
Yes.
I almost picked the Bills. I'm sure you probably almost did too.
No.
You didn't? Okay. I
100%.
almost picked the Bills. I wanted to, and honestly, Dustin, you getting that island was awesome for you because I knew it was a good one. If you wanted an island, I thought that was a great one to have, and as we know,
I honestly did not think I was going to be an island on that game. Realistically, I guess the Miami hype was really, bro. They're literally everyone was like, Miami's winning the Super Bowl. Chill out. The Broncos defense is dog shit. We're talking about that too later on. But the Dolphins beating the Broncos was nothing special. And I thought that this was Miami's first real team, and they got the job done. So. And
then I had an island for the Browns, which, man, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson playing would have saved me, but it would have gave me a better chance. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I was not picking. I was picking the Ravens, especially when I heard all their injuries came back.
Bro, no, they have not even. I want to say this real quick. No, but I just want to say this real quick. We have 8 or 9 starters who still haven't came back, and just wait until we get the Avengers. but these guys are not out for the year. These guys are all coming back, IR or whatever. But wait until we how do you say it? Assemble the Avengers. It's going to be ugly for other teams.
Is there anything else you wanted to look at on here? Or
I mean, me and Dustin picked the Texans. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
that was easy for me.
When you guys picked them, I actually thought about picking the Texans. The Rams Colts was a toss-up for me, and Texans Steelers was a toss-up for me as well.
I'm really glad that I even said that if I wanted a quarterback from this draft for the Raiders, I wanted CJ Stroud 100%, and he's looked so good
so far.
He's looked
along
amazing.
With AR, Anthony Richards looked good too.
And what I see from here is me and Dustin. For the teams that we do choose, it's always me and Dustin on the same page, and it looks like you and Alex.
It always is most of the time like that. There's been a few times where it's been different, but yeah, I feel like it has been like that, which is really, really weird. I almost had a Giants Island, but because Alex first, I allowed it to happen. Alex sent me his picks first, and he actually had the Seahawks, but I was like, damn, I'm the only one picking the Giants, I think. And Alex said, you know what? You're right. Let me have some confidence in my team.
Well, see, I feel like
I kind of screwed him over.
Yeah, you really did. He could have been tied with me.
I kind of screwed him.
He made him believe in his own team. I'm just
As of right now, though, I feel like it's so hard to choose against your own team unless you're in a situation to where you know your team's just rebuilding and your guys are not going to win many games.
So like,
I'm about to say, yeah. So I feel like, I guess Dustin's situation because he says he doesn't want him to win another game. I feel like it's hard to not choose your team to win.
Yeah, for sure. But week 4, we already talked about Lions and Packers. I had a solo video on that on Saturday, I believe. But I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. But Falcons, Jaguars, London game. It started off this week outside of Lions and Packers.
Falcons are just ass.
Toy Story edition.
Yeah, that was fun. That was honestly kind of interesting.
Dude,
Brady watched the whole game.
No, I didn't watch it.
To be fair, when I first saw the intro, I was like, dude, this shit looks awful. Like, that's why I said to the boys, I was like, dude, what is this? Because they sent a video in the chat. And then they sent me a video of him, like, who was it? Travis Etienne run or something.
Or Lawrence getting that run, I think. Or something like that.
So one of the guys getting a play on the Jags, and literally it looked cool. I was like, that actually doesn't look bad for what it is.
Definitely for their first time doing it. Obviously, next time around, they're going to tweak it up and obviously make it look better.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Definitely dope to get, the younger age involved.
Oh, absolutely. Biggest takeaways. I mean, do we even really talk about the Falcons anymore? Like, we already know what we're going to say. Kyle Pitts isn't used enough. Drake London isn't used enough.
Trade him so they can get paid somewhere else.
Yeah, literally. I don't get it, man. Kyle Pitts, you draft him so high, not even really used that much. Desmond Ridder, this is like the first time I've actually got to sit down and watch him, kind of. Like, so this is only one game. Like, I've seen him play here and there, don't get me wrong, but like, me actually being able to watch this game, I wasn't that impressed, I guess, is what I'll say.
Dude, I've been watching a bunch of the Falcons games randomly, and dude, yeah, Desmond Ridder is not it. I mean, it also has to do with poor coaching as well, but even when he does throw the ball, it doesn't seem like he makes good decisions, and I mean, unless Bijan is going the fuck off, you're not going to see the Falcons win a game.
Listen, you don't get Kyle Pitts and have Jonnu Smith with 95 yards.
Yeah.
That to me was fucking crazy. Not only that, Mac Hollins was pissed off at Riddler.
He was.
He was wide open, and then didn't he underthrow him, I think?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Did you guys see them on the sideline where he tried to go up to him and Mac Hollins like stood up like he's about to sleep him?
I will say, like, not trying to be like, because I feel like I keep on saying this, but the Jags to me still haven't been impressive in my opinion. Like, yeah, they got a 23-7 win, but I mean, this is a game they should have won anyway, so it's no surprise to me. Travis Etienne didn't really have a good game. Look at that, 2.8 yards per carry. That is terrible.
It's awesome.
And like Trevor Lawrence didn't even really have himself of a game, like 200 yards. I mean, they were leading most of it, but
they better play better next week.
Yeah,
they got the Bills.
No, they're not winning that game.
Listen, Jags.
The only thing going for them is that this game is in London, and they're just staying.
I was about to say, no, the Jags are great in London. I feel like overall they play great every time they went there. They've always been the
team that's like played there the most.
I feel like they got the biggest fan base there too.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they've played there the most. One thing that stands out for me is I actually did not know Tank Bigsby's first name. It's Cartavius. I had no idea. So
he's ass too. that's like the one thing that's going for me is Travis Etienne hasn't been good, but Bigsby's not good either. So
Christian Kirk, the last few weeks has been the most involved wide receiver on this team.
Still proving why he's the number one over there. People said Calvin Ridley would take over.
Yeah, since week 1, Calvin Ridley hasn't done anything too crazy. So I mean,
I'm kind of glad I didn't get him on any of my teams right now.
Someone spent a 2nd-round pick on him in our league. So
and it's not even just really that. It's just like also when you look at it, they just have so many weapons that like, we expected Calvin Ridley to just be easily the number 1, but you got to remember Evan Ingram. I didn't like Christian Kirk much. I liked Zay Jones after week 1. That fell off real quick.
No, he hasn't played since.
Yeah, he has been hurt also.
I thought he played one of the weeks.
I think he played against the Chiefs.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was looking at his stats, and he didn't look like he had anything.
Yeah, no. I think he'd been out a couple of games, I believe. But let's check. I had not much else to say about the Falcons Jaguars. I think the Jaguars still haven't been played to their best yet, and the Falcons ultimately. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. The Falcons are the Falcons. Like, we talked about it enough.
You're all right. He did play against Chiefs.
I was about to say, I think he played against
He had
Chiefs.
6 targets, but no receptions.
Yeah, because there was a couple of them that he was out of bounds on, I remember.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that was a game where they threw it out of bounds, wasn't it?
Yeah, they kept throwing it out of bounds. Rams Colts though. This was a fun one.
Not at first. At first,
it wasn't. This was like, it was kind of like how the Broncos Bears was. Like the Rams were at first blowing out the Colts, and then Richardson.
The Colts didn't score 1 point in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, they scored all 23 of their points in the second half, and then of course this goes to overtime. and Puka Nacua scores the game-winning touchdown. I'm interested to see how heavily involved Puka Nacua will be back now that Cooper Kupp is planning to be back, so that should be fun.
Is he planning to be back, or is he?
Yeah, Sean McVay said that he plans for Cooper Kupp to play Week 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Sell Puka high. I'm gonna get who am I gonna get for him? I'm gonna get Derrick Henry and I'll get Debo.
You traded to Gill, and you might get a trade, low key.
Yeah, Gill would be all over him, I bet.
Yeah. I'm gonna get 6 players for one.
But he could be a wide receiver too. Still, that I wouldn't mind keeping.
I'm dropping Tutu.
Yeah, I think Tutu would probably hit the backseat.
I'm picking somebody up this week.
Trade me in then.
I'm picking somebody up.
We shall see.
I'll give you Bateman.
You're not getting Michael Wilson, dog.
I don't want him.
Dude, he's been...
You already know who I'm picking up.
No,
if I can.
Who?
McLaughlin.
Oh, Jaleel McLaughlin?
Yeah.
What position?
Running back. He's the Broncos backup.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right, back on topic, though. The Rams came out, and then they won in overtime. Stafford, 319 yards, touchdown, interception. Kyron Williams has been really, really good.
I still hate him, but whatever.
He's been good.
Puka Nacua, of course, has been doing his thing. 9 receptions, 163 yards. Absolute dog. AR, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Completion percentage wasn't the best. Zach Moss, 70 yards. And then Michael Pittman wasn't very involved in this game. Only 1 reception for 15 yards.
That's one thing that I feel like I did learn from this game is that AR is still really not like the best thrower. Like he's definitely not like a CJ Stroud where you know that Michael Pittman's going to be getting catches like that. Mm-hmm. He's always going to be on the run. Like 200 yards for him. Like, dude, in that first 2 quarters, I was literally thinking I was out of the fantasy for sure because I had Michael Pittman in AR, and then AR almost dropped 30 in the second half. Crazy as hell.
AR was a great pickup late.
Yeah,
dude, great.
I knew he was going to be my starting quarterback if he could fall. And, dude, he fell so late in our draft. He fell like 6 rounds after his ADP.
What Dustin kept doing, actually, in that draft, he kept baiting people. He was like, oh, I'm going to get him. Hoping, I think he was waiting for somebody else to grab him so they could take another person.
Yeah, because I kept on mentioning that AR was sitting there. I joke around like, oh, AR is still there. And then eventually AR was there. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking picking him up.
Next game was the Ravens and the Browns.
There's nothing to say about this weak-ass game.
Yeah, Jared, what do you have to say about your Baltimore Ravens?
Defense played great.
Oh my God, against
awesome.
DTR.
Watson was out.
DTR, who cares? They were hyping up the Browns' defense like they were supposed to be the #1 in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
So we did great with missing still Ronnie Stanley. We did get Tyler Linderbaum back.
Dude, what's up with all these quarterbacks looking weak as fuck? Like 200 yards.
Lamar had 2 running touchdowns though, and a passing one.
And he only missed 4 completions.
So did AR.
Wait, he went 11. Oh, you're talking about the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, rushing touchdown.
Oh no, team looked great. I really got no to say. I'm happy we came out and whooped the Browns. I don't care who the quarterback was.
Beat your division rival for sure.
We were coming out with the dub regardless.
0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
That is what you call good right there.
Hell yeah, that defense was tearing that ass up.
It's Deshaun Watson.
Real quick. They said Jadeveon
tearing up Deshaun Watson.
Hold on, let me give some credit to a lot of these players real quick. Geno Stone, he's ranked like the ninth. Highest graded safety so far this season. Kyle Hamilton's looked great. Jadeveon Clowney has looked amazing. This whole defense is coming together, and our pass rush is looking a lot better. They said Jadeveon Clowney is on right now record to,
Record to what?
I forgot what it said, but to have a great season. I forgot what it said.
Did he have a bunch of sacks in this game or
something?
No,
he's just been getting hella pressures, though. It's like one of those stats that doesn't show up, but when you watch film, you see it.
I see what you're saying.
But I don't know, man. The defense has been looking great. Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen are like the best linebacker duo. We better keep Patrick Queen in Baltimore forever.
What happened to Elijah Moore? Run carry for -20 yards.
Hell yeah. That's when he got the ball and he just kept running back to try to make a play, and he just got sacked with the back.
When I saw that too, I don't know why Brady was hyped on Elijah Moore. He is ass.
He is not ass.
I don't think he's bad. He gets the receptions or the targets for sure.
Watson wasn't even playing. Just wait. I would if they weren't on a buy, I would start him against your ass. He dropped 25 on your head.
No, he would not.
Yes, he would. You're lucky he's on a buy, buddy boy.
Hey, this week. Baltimore, I love you, baby. Keep balling.
28-3 victory for the Ravens.
Play a real team.
Vikings. Shit, give us the Bills, boy. We'll run through them.
Vikings versus Panthers.
You hear that, Brady?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
That'd be me too, because we got mobbed by them as well.
We did too. So, Vikings versus Panthers.
This game was weak too.
2 0-3 teams going at it. Now Carolina drops to 0-4. For a second there, it looked like Minnesota was about to lose this game. Kirk Cousins had a couple interceptions. Madison and Aker. I mean, I didn't watch this game, to be honest with you, so I don't really have much to say. Bryce Young, 204 yards, not a touchdown. Adam Thielen against his former team, 7 receptions for 76 yards. Vikings take care of business. What else is there to really say?
I mean, there's one funny clip about this game where I forgot who intercepted Kirk Cousins, but they intercepted him damn near the end zone. Kirk Cousins was trying to run back to make the tackle, and he got blew up.
Yeah, I saw that play at the. I saw that play at the beginning.
He was recorded like the fastest player that ran down the field just to hit Kirk. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's funny. Vikings
And don't let that
avoid 0-4.
Don't let that can't maker shit get to your guys' head. I get he had 8 yards of carry basically, but dude, the fucking Panthers are dog shit. What do you expect?
Madison's number 1?
Yeah.
There you go. Had a kid.
Boys,
we're not even talking. I don't even want to talk about this.
What is wrong with the Bengals right now, man?
They're just ass. Joe Burrow's most overrated fucking trash.
It feels like almost every. I don't want to say that necessarily.
Every season it starts slow.
No, is it safe to say that it feels like almost every quarterback that's been paid this offseason, other than Justin Herbert, has kind of been struggling a little bit? Yeah. Even Lamar, not necessarily last week, but Lamar's had a few little turnovers there. I've seen him fumble. Yeah.
Other than that, he's MVP.
But yeah, I feel like Joe Burrow. There's another example. There's another guy I'm thinking of that's been struggling.
Justin Herbert.
Who else has been struggling? Is Joe Burrow?
CJ Stroud.
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G. I mean, yeah, I guess him too. There's another person.
Anyone who was hyped about
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the other one I'm thinking of. Like some of the guys who've gotten paid have been struggling really badly.
And you really wonder what's happening with the Bengals because they have all the offensive power in the world.
Yeah, I know Joe Burrow's got the calf thing, and maybe that's holding him back.
And don't forget, Jamar Chase is always fucking open.
Yeah, he said that. He said he's always
open. T. Higgins will be traded before the deadline.
I don't think so.
They have to, dude.
He left this game with the. Yeah, he did leave this game with a rib injury. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown on this team. I mean, the Bengals, man, they need to get it together. That's all.
They're not getting it together. I'm over them.
Listen, do you guys
already?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, bro, 1-3 is tough to come back from.
It is.
Especially in the AFC, and you cannot lose a game to the Titans. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
some games you can lose, but this loss to the Titans is just like, okay, I give up on the Bengals. Not saying that they're not going to win a few games here and there. And there's going to be games I honestly predict them to win, but I predicted them to win every fucking week, and it has let me down, so I am over them.
Now,
so you give up on the Bengals fully this season?
Yeah.
I have a team I give up on fully, but I don't give up on the Bengals yet.
Oh, and actually, I got a couple of teams that I gave up on fully.
I think we're both thinking of the same team, too.
Yeah, what else did you have to say about this one?
I mean, do you guys forget Hopkins plays for the Titans? I just thought that was kind of crazy.
Like, 4 receptions, 63 yards.
People were saying he was going to be a top 5 receiver this year. Get the fuck out of my face.
We already know who was saying that, but we won't even talk about it. Buccaneers, Saints.
Nothing to talk about this game. Derek Carr
played. Did he leave this game or no? Am I tripping?
No, I think he played the whole game. He was just
what game that he did? Was that?
Winston came in and threw an interception. That's funny.
And of course, he even came in through one throw to an interception.
I didn't watch this game at all either.
I didn't watch it either.
3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Mike Evans did get injured. I will say
he
that.
left the game.
So Chris Godwin did finally have a pretty decent game.
Definitely took over that role.
Yeah, 8 receptions, 114 yards.
That won't be consistent. I'm sorry.
I mean, if Evans isn't there.
The Saints have been disappointing to me as well, man.
Bye week 2.
Kamara came back and had like 13 receptions or something like that?
Yeah, he did crazy.
Absolutely insane out of the backfield.
For fantasy-wise. I mean, low-key, he really didn't go crazy, but fantasy-wise.
I'm going to say again, there's a difference between football and fantasy.
Fantasy-wise, I should honestly correct that. PPR, Alvin Kamara went off in a way.
But 13 receptions for like 33 yards is not good.
That means I'm assuming because, like you said, none of us really watched this game. I'm assuming they're just dumping it off to him.
Their Carr's a shoulder injury.
Oh,
yeah, okay. Carr and the Saints have not been all that impressed with me so far. They're 2-2.
They should be 3-1, but
you think so?
They should not have lost to the Pack. They were up 17-0 on them.
Oh yeah, that game was insane.
And Derek Carr got injured, and then they couldn't score.
Again, one team that is surprising us all right now is the Bucs. I guarantee we all counted them off.
Oh yeah,
I know I did.
I wrote Baker off. I did not think anything.
And he wrote back to Brady Parks.
He did.
Oh yeah.
Or no, he doesn't. To quote Geno Smith, they don't write back.
Well, he just wrote you back specifically.
But Baker's been good, man. If he keeps
playing
playing like this, he's getting a contract this offseason. That's all I got to say.
He's not gonna play like that.
You don't think so? I mean, he's got all the weapons.
Geno Stone played great last year. Got a contract. Baker Mayfield plays great. Yeah. Does the same thing.
All right, next game. Dolphins-Bills. I thought this game was supposed to be a really good game, and the Bills literally just obliterated the Dolphins.
Respect to the Bills,
kind of close at first, I feel like. Maybe not. No, I think
it was. Second quarter it was got back and forth. It felt like.
In the second quarter, it kind of got out of hand, I believe. I think it was 14-14 at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, the Dolphins, just not a great game. Devon Achane, I will say, 8 receptions, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Or Achane, I should say.
Brady's biggest mistake.
It's not a big mistake. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Josh Allen and the Bills, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. I was playing him in fantasy, so I had no chance to win this one or win this week against Alex. But Achane had 2 touchdowns, and then Tyreek Hill only 3 receptions, 58 yards. I mean, this game just got out of hand really quickly.
I guess you were right. I guess the first quarter, you thought, okay, this is just gonna be an offensive battle. Then
and then
Buffalo
Bills just ran away with it.
I will say though, it's not. I kind of made it seem like I thought the Dolphins were a bad team. I know that they're a good team, but just in my personal opinion, the Bills are just a way better team. Like on paper, I know that they had their crazy game, and Tua and them have looked nice. Tua's a good ass quarterback, but to me, the Bills are just if they're both firing on all cylinders, I'm picking the Bills all day.
I am going to say right now, guarantee. This is a Charles Barkley guarantee. Dolphins will get their lick back.
No, they won't.
I was just about to ask you
when
that.
They're in Miami.
I'm picking Bills still.
I'll pick Miami again.
It's hard to beat a team twice.
Miami beat them last year in Miami, so I am going to say Dolphins bounce back from this. I'm just going to say that
we're not going to talk about this weak-ass game.
Broncos, Bears, we got to talk about. What do you mean? The Bears go up big, man. It was 7-21.
Read that score real quick.
31-28. This was pretty wild because it was a coming out party for Justin Fields. He threw 35 times, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. This was a Justin Fields game where most people criticized him for obviously his throwing woes, and he came out and had a great game throwing, and they find a way to lose this game.
Broncos
up 21-7 or 20. Were they up 28-7? I think at one point 28-7, and the Broncos come back in the second half. They score 14 in the fourth quarter. There was a fumble at the very end by Justin Fields, and then driving back downfield, he throws an interception, game-sealing field goal. The Broncos go on to complete this comeback. So
they come back with 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter.
And not even just that. Look at this, too. The guy I was talking about, McLaughlin, literally, he had 7 carries for 72 yards, and Khalil Herbert had 18 carries for like 100-something yards. Like, literally, if you give McLaughlin the same carries that Khalil Herbert did, he definitely outperforms him.
And I know Brady is shedding a tear right now.
Yeah. For what?
Because he dropped
Khalil Herbert. I do not care.
Herbert.
I do not care that I dropped him. I do not. This is a fluke game. Denver's defense is terrible. He's not doing it again. He may do it I'll maybe on Thursday because Commanders defense, I don't know. It's still suspect because they weren't able to do anything against Philadelphia. But Khalil Herbert's not doing this again. I do not care. Now, I will say I was confident Rashawn Johnson getting a majority of the carries. That was more than wrong. But it didn't matter. Even if I had Khalil Herbert, I lost to Alex. He blew me out.
Yeah, but still, just knowing that you dropped the guy, he just magically the week you dropped him.
As soon as I drop, bro, I had to, man. I did not have enough bench spots.
No, yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Tyler Allegier's,
I don't think he does it again.
Tyler Allegier's getting dropped today.
I'll go ahead and pick up Jaleel.
Yeah, I don't think Khalil Herbert does it again. I'm just saying. Russell Wilson, 3 touchdowns, completes the comeback for the Broncos defense, obviously with an assist at the end there. But not much else to say other than Javonte Williams.
Wait, how many receiving did McLaughlin have?
3 carries. Or
I'd
3
say that's pretty good. 10 yards a carry or reception.
Yeah. Bears, they're 0-4, man.
Great game for Justin, but
they do have a short week. They play on Thursday. They come to Washington.
They're going to beat the Commanders so they can get tied with us. And then when we play the Bears week whatever, we're going to lose it to them. And we are getting Caleb Williams guaranteed, promised.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
DJ Moore, 8 receptions, 131 yards and touchdown. Cole Kmet had a great game.
Fuck Cole Kmet.
The Bears find a way to choke it, man. But they get a short week, as I said, the play the Commanders on Thursday. Which, speaking of the Commanders, man, I know a lot of people thought the Eagles were just going to come in, or we were going to go into Philadelphia and get trounced. I think there's a lot of people that had that perception, but the Commanders went toe-to-toe with the Eagles. They forced overtime at the very end with the clock expiring. Sam Howell throws a touchdown to Jahan Dotson to tie the game. Overtime comes. Oh, it's so heartbreaking to even think about this still because we got the ball in overtime. Terry McLaurin catches a ball that would have guaranteed or put us like in Philadelphia's side or on Philadelphia's side of the field. He gets the 1 foot in, and then the safety's arm is under his other foot, which is just so heartbreaking because then it kind of carried his foot out of bounds. If it wasn't for that, I think we win this game.
From the replay I saw, it looked like his front toe hit the ground.
Yeah, I feel like it was close. I feel like there was a chance they could have said that it was in bounds, but on the field they called it incomplete. So I don't think they were. I knew they weren't going to overturn it because it was just really close. Sam Howell had a fantastic game, man. Really good game. Great bounce back from the obviously getting obliterated by the Bills, the 4 interception game. Honestly, when that happened, I wasn't ready to give up on Sam Howell. I thought it was just a bad game. I knew this guy was going to bounce back. He has all the tools, in my opinion, to be a franchise quarterback, and to go into Philadelphia against their defense and put up 31 points, I think is impressive.
And, well, I will say, though, that it just proves to me how, I guess, ahead the Bills are. I think that week 1 win when the Jets got it was just a fluke. Like, the Bills just looked awful that week. And ever since then, bro, they've just been full gas to the floor. And, like, they've been dominating every team. Like, literally week 2, they blew us out. Then they go blow out the Commanders. Then I would say that they blow out the Dolphins. I know some people won't say it's a blowout, but they blow out.
It was a blowout.
They blow out the Dolphins. So that just shows you how much ahead the Bills are compared to, like, these NFC teams. And the Eagles might be the flukiest 4-0 team because they just look so bad once they get up big. Or
I don't know. Maybe
they never got up big.
They didn't get up big this game, I will say. But I'm saying, like, realistic, like in the past so far, this is the
maybe Washington's just their kryptonite. And they know how to play the Eagles.
Yeah, Washington. We always play the Eagles good, I feel like. So I wasn't too sure. I honestly thought this was going to be a good game. I wasn't going to predict us to win. I thought there was a chance we could have because obviously we beat them last year when they were undefeated, and they were undefeated again. So
are you picking the Commanders to win at Commanders?
Wait, what? Oh, when we play them in when Philly comes to town, we'll see. I think we play them in like 3 weeks again, so should be a fun one. But definitely heartbreaking to not win this game. It was super close. It would have been a great win to go get us to 3-1. Really unfortunate. But AJ Brown bullied Emmanuel Forbes, bro.
Oh, dude, I know. I seen that one.
Emmanuel Forbes got burnt so many times. Just
I seen at first Emmanuel Forbes was talking crazy to him, and then after that, it's just when it went downhill.
Yeah,
like he did like some flock thing to AJ Brown.
They were both talking back and forth. Yeah, Forbes so far has not been great. You
know what kind of moment that is?
Humble.
A welcome to the NFL moment.
I mean, yeah, he's already had it a couple times. He got burned by Marvin Mims. He's been burnt, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think Christian Gonzalez so far has been a lot better. He did get hurt. I hope Forbes bounces back. I'm not giving up on him just yet, but he has not been great covering.
To me, he just reminds me.
He's a ball hawk at the end of the day.
He just reminds me of Trayvon Diggs.
I mean, yeah.
Who are we talking about here?
Emmanuel Forbes.
Oh, okay.
I was saying because he got absolutely burned by AJ Brown all game.
But the reason the
9 receptions,
drafted him,
175 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He had a bunch of interceptions in college.
Yeah,
so
Forbes
like
was really good. He led the league, or he led the SEC in pick sixes, which is why Washington wanted him because they wanted more turnovers. And he did have 1 interception so far this year. But yeah, AJ Brown just absolutely killed him. I will say.
Well, of course, AJ Brown's.
I think receiver. I don't know if Forbes is ready to like guard the best wide receiver on every team. It has not worked out for him yet.
Well, I mean, hey, it's only going to make him better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying he's trash by any means, but he has been getting absolutely burnt. So
but he's pretty much just saying they should have took Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzalez has been a lot more impressive. He did get hurt though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But close game. Sucks that we lost, but we do get a game on Thursday. We'll see how that goes, which we'll talk about at the end. Steelers-Texans. Mike Tomlin said there is going to be some changes on the offense. Don't know what that means. Matt Canada. He's hinted at he's not going to fire him, I think. But we'll see. Kenny Pickett, not been all that great this season. Mitch Trubisky came in. He also got hurt. To only put up 6 points, though, against the Texans is just downright disappointing.
But hey, do not sleep on their defense.
I'm not saying, like, to sleep on their defense by any means, but to put up only 6 points is not impressive, especially when you're the Steelers. I know they don't have Deontay Johnson, but like, you got George Pickens, you got Calvin Austin.
Dude, that just proves to you what without Deontay Johnson, this offense just looks 30 times weaker, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, George Pickens is nowhere near Deontay's level. I'm sick of people saying that. Like, for real, they're not even close. Deontay is a 10 times better receiver than him.
But we'll see what the Steelers do to change their offense.
They're not going to do shit.
So far, it's been not impressive at all.
I'm over the Steelers, too.
You know what I think the change should be? I would give Jalen Warren the full workload. I'm just saying that.
Every fantasy owner would say the same thing, right?
I think that's the biggest change we need right now.
Oh, you're a Steelers fan now.
No, I'm a Jalen Warren fan. I'm an owner of Jalen Warren.
No,
and I might have to start him this week because I'm down bad at RB2.
Brady's a Steelers fan behind closed doors.
No.
They play the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play.
Oh, yes. Please start him against me, boy.
What do you mean? Zach Moss had a great game against the Ravens.
What coming?
Jerome Ford had a great
promise
game.
you.
Or no, he didn't. Sorry, not Jerome Ford. But there's been some running backs having a good game.
When we come back from week 5, I'm going to make Brady screenshot our game against each other to show you guys how big of a blowout it's about to be.
Okay. All right, we'll see, buddy. All right, but let's talk about CJ Stroud for a second because best rookie so far this year has been amazing, man. Been such a great pick for the Houston Texans. Nico Collins, absolute crazy game. 7 receptions, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dameon Pierce, 24 carries, 81 yards, 1 reception for 27 yards. But the Texans, man, they're a fun team so far. They've been really good.
One hats off I got to give to Dustin is he did say his hype person was, or sleeper I should say, was Nico Collins this year. Unfortunately, in one of our other leagues, he dropped this guy.
Not in the most expensive league because it's just too deep. You can't drop a guy like Nico Collins. But in a $10 league with less people, only 10 people, right? Or 12?
I think it's 12.
It might be 12, so 2 less people. I did drop Nico Collins for Tank Dell because I thought Tank Dell was the guy. So I did drop Nico Collins in that league, but I still have him in Brady's league. Mike Evans is out. I'm starting Nico Collins against Brady. He's at least getting 25 on Brady.
And the most messed up thing about this is Nico Collins passed waiver wire, so he was able to pick up by anybody.
Yeah.
So I messed up by not getting him when I should have.
Oh, I would have picked him up.
I forgot to put a reminder.
I forgot to check that league because it's just like so like I only had the most points scored even after dropping Nico Collins. So
Raiders.
Let me get a hold of this guy.
Chargers.
Dude,
Dustin, take the floor.
Dustin was at my house watching this game, and he left. But the Chargers almost chargered again, bro. They almost did it. Raiders almost came back.
No, the last 2 weeks, okay, I go over to Brady's house. I get so pissed at how we're playing that I just leave. And both times I left, we start making a comeback. So that just proves that once I start working Sundays again, we will win more games when I'm not here, but I'm not predicting it.
And that just proves Brady's house is
cursed.
It's not cursed. Relax.
It really is. But I will say,
you were both here week 1, and you guys both won.
We didn't leave that game without more than 5+ injuries.
And we barely beat the shitty-ass Broncos who got 70 on their head.
Hey, I'm just saying,
so
man,
I will say, Aiden O'Connell, like, realistically, it doesn't look terrible. 39 attempts.
Just a bunch of fumbles.
Yeah, but he looked like Derek Carr out there fumbling the ball.
Josh Jacobs
finally got
rushing,
going.
he hasn't been doing shit, but receiving, he's been going off.
Yeah, 8 receptions, 81 yards. Devontae Adams, 8 receptions, 75 yards. He did leave the game for a second.
That was scary.
And he had a touchdown for those fantasy people out there, but McDaniels did not challenge it.
I don't know why, because they show the big-ass replay on the Megatron, right? I don't know why he didn't take.
They went like super
dude. I know
quick.
they wanted to tempo and catch the defense off guard, but I don't know why he just didn't look for a split second.
Yeah.
He was in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, no, that I will say as a Raiders fan, I know it sucks. I know it might sound bad that I'm giving up on this team, but dude, I do think Aiden O'Connell realistically is a better start than Jimmy G. Like, if going forward, I know it's not going to happen. I know Jimmy G's going to be the starter, but this team is just fucked. Josh McDaniels needs to get fired. If you have sat down and watched a Raiders game, you know how terrible this coaching. Like, dude, this coaching is awful. Like, he kicks a field goal last week when he should have went for a touch. Like, I'm done with this team. I'm done with that coach. And people are like, oh, we're just going to fire McDaniels and everything's going to be good. I do not have fucking trust in Mark Davis either, because he hires Sean Gruden and Mike Mayock, who fucking ruins hella draft picks. Their coaching wasn't terrible, but they threw hella draft picks. Then you have Josh McDaniels and fucking Dave Ziegler coming in here. They kind of wasted a draft pick too. We could have had Jalen Carter. We took Tyree Wilson, who hasn't done shit. He hasn't looked good at all. Oh, dude, this team. I'm just
Chandler
over.
Jones now,
Yeah,
too.
And Chandler Jones, we cut him too, yeah.
Dustin did say that if Aiden O'Connell had a great game, Jimmy G would have been traded to the Jets.
I did think that. But as we can see, Aiden O'Connell didn't have a good game.
So it's back to Jimmy G.
Yeah, back to Jimmy
Monday
G.
Night Football with Jimmy G.
I hope I worked that day randomly. Like, my buddy wants, or the guy that used to be on the podcast wants me to come over to Brady's house and watch it. But I realistically just hope that I worked that day, because I do not want to watch that. I don't want to watch a Raider game for the rest of the season.
Okay, I have to say something at the very end, though, here for the Chargers, because let me try to remember this game exactly, because I remember they went for it on 4th and 1 when it was like, I forgot what the score was at the moment, but I think it was 17-24. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I just know that the Raiders were starting to come back. They go for it on 4th and 1, QB sneak, and they don't get it.
I did see that.
And the Raiders, I think, put up, or I can't remember exactly how it went down, but I know they got really close. And then at the very end, the Raiders get down to the goal line, and Aiden O'Connell throws an interception to Asante Samuel. They could have tied the game. But it was funny because Asante Samuel could have ran it back for a pick 6, but instead he slides at like the 5 or the 10 yard, or like at like the 8 yard line or something like that. So, and there was like plenty of time still left in the clock, and the Raiders had 2 timeouts. So for the game, the Raiders could have gotten the ball back again, even though the game should have been over. But Justin Herbert at the very end launches it downfield, 50-yard completion or maybe it was not 50, but it was to Joshua Palmer.
It was a bomb.
It was like 3rd and whatever, and Justin Herbert just throws it downfield to end the game. So,
dude, you know what that reminds me of?
What
was it? After Christmas Day, Miami versus Raiders. Fitzpatrick got face masked and then threw like a fucking 40-yard
ball.
ball.
Wild.
Dude,
but
we are awful.
The Chargers, there's something about their franchise that's just cursed, bro. They find a way to almost choke every game, I feel like. But
dude, 'cause especially with the 2 fumbles and an interception, they should have blown us out. Like, I get that Justin Herbert was going with that injury.
They don't ever put anybody away.
Yeah,
the Chargers
they never
put anybody away.
They should have put Miami away week 1 when they lost.
Mm-hmm.
And now they did this. They almost
put the Jags away in the playoff game. Should have put the Raiders away in this game. Like, they always find a way to make it close. I don't understand.
But I will say the Raiders have always made it close this year too. We haven't been like big blowouts like we were seeing. Like we've kind of kept it close except for against the Bills. Even when I get pissed as a fan and want to leave, or I do leave, we somehow almost make a comeback. But Josh McDaniels just can't coach.
All right, next, Cardinals 49ers. The Cardinals, they do lose this game, but it was actually kind of a close game at one point.
This game was interesting.
Yeah, the 49ers put it away, though, at the very end, score 14 points unanswered in the fourth quarter.
Dobbs has looked good.
Dobbs has been good, man. I think we make him the franchise quarterback. I don't know.
I was like telling Skyler, I was like, oh, yeah, Dobbs has looked good. He's like, oh, yeah, Romeo Dobbs is good. And I'm like, not that Dobbs. What the
But Josh Dobbs has looked really good as a starter for the Cardinals. Yep. James Conner, 11 carries, 52 yards. Marquise Brown, 7 receptions, 96 yards. Mike Wilson had the big game.
He looks good.
7 receptions, 76 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And he had like 10 fantasy points last week. Like, he started getting into the groove. So I think this is a guy definitely, especially if you're weak at wide receiver, is a guy you should be looking to pick up in fantasy.
But don't
start him right away. I would wait another week.
My only fantasy advice is don't expect 24 points like he scored this week because it is touchdown dependent. You know, if he just had the 7 receptions, he would have done nothing really.
49ers, I mean, they take care of business. Christian McCaffrey had 3 or 4 touchdowns in this game. Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns in this game, 20 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then McCaffrey, 7 receptions, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. Dude. Debo Samuel was doing cardio all game, only literally had 3 carries for 6 yards and nothing else, so he dropped 0.6.
Dude, Ayuk was 6 receptions.
Ayuk had a great game, 6 receptions, 100.
He is the number 1. I don't care what anyone says.
Relax, buddy.
148.
Yeah. Debo Samuel was playing decoy. That's why. Okay.
Now Debo does still. Great.
And that week that Debo did do good, that first week where Brandon Ayuk got injured, guess who was playing bait for Debo?
Brandon Ayuk.
But Brandon, listen, Debo did 2 back-to-back great weeks in fantasy.
Yeah, so
Brandon Ayuk was out one.
Guess whose turn it is next? It's Debo's turn. Okay?
Brandon Ayuk's
they'll just trade every
Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins just dropping like 25 on Brady's head.
If the MVP was not a quarterback reward, as they say, because they say most quarterbacks win MVP.
McCaffrey.
Who would it be? Yeah,
CMC.
Right now.
He might still. He's been.
Oh, dude! If he plays like that throughout the rest of the week, there's no way he does not get it. Dude, it would be insane.
I think he'd go to Mac Jones personally, but
what,
bro? He's so bad.
Dude, the Cowboys or not the Cowboys? What was it? The Cowboys, the Eagles, or the Patriots. Offense is fucking terrible. They need Josh McDaniels back at this point because that is awful.
3-38.
You can take him back.
Bro, I still don't think the Cowboys have been tested.
No.
4 games, and they have not been. They haven't had to do anything other than the Cardinals game, which was kind of weird. Like, it was just a weird game. But every other game, their defense has just won them the game, and the offense didn't have to do anything.
Dude. Just wait. They got some battles coming up.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. They got Chargers, San Francisco coming up.
And then they have the Bills, too, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but...
They have a bunch of tough teams coming up, though.
Which is why, as a Tony Pollard owner, I drafted him with my first-round pick. Mm-hmm. I'm not freaking out yet. Like, he's had some decent games, but I think the blow-up game is coming soon.
I'm about to say, because you're just, like you said, the defense is putting the games away. You don't really use your offense.
Yeah, like, it's weird how much the Cowboys have not really had to play, other than the Cardinals game, which I feel like they should have put them away, too, in theory, but the Cardinals obviously have been a lot more impressive than we think.
And I predicted that, so no, I'm just kidding.
No, you didn't. I'm about to say, there's no shot you predicted that.
It was the Cardinals-Cowboys game?
Yeah.
I know the Cowboys play San Francisco next week, and then they have, like, the Chargers, and then... some other interest.
Okay, I wanted to look this up.
And I will say real quick about this game, since we haven't really there really isn't much to say about it. I get that Bill Belichick said that he didn't bench Mac Jones because he was pissed at him. He definitely did. That was awful. Bill Belichick looked pissed the whole game. I'm not saying Bailey Zappi's the answer either, but you could tell that he was frustrated after the game. He said, oh, I didn't bench him because he was playing terrible. Like, what else did you bench him for? Because he was
pick 6, fumble return for a touchdown.
Anybody who has that damn defense in fantasy is fucking going stupid.
Yeah, right now with the Cowboys.
Now, they play the 49ers, like you said, next. They got the Chargers, the Rams, obviously the Eagles. And they do play the Bills, but they play them later in the year, December 17th. So, and Dolphins as well. So they do have some tough teams coming
Finally.
up.
I'm ready.
And Lions. They have Lions too.
Yes,
so.
finally. I'm ready for the Cowboys to actually play on offense because I feel like they haven't had to at all. Like,
not only that, it's going to be really good games, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, yeah, actually, that's actually funny. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I would have won even if the Cowboys defense didn't go off in that other league. I had Chris Olave drop me 1 point, but freaking Dallas defense dropped me 27.
If you're Bill Belichick, are you starting Bailey Zappi next week?
Yeah, I think you have to.
I'm splitting reps. I don't care. I'm doing back and forth.
You're going to have both of them come out and play?
I'll do one half. I'm not kidding, dude.
There's not a single coach that does that crap.
They're splitting the team.
Jared would be starting his own philosophy,
Listen,
I guess.
Zappy, or however you say his last name, will start the first half. If he plays great, he can finish the game. If not, Jones
You
coming
throw
in.
Jones in. But Zappy started.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Chiefs-Jets. This was such a weird game. Bro.
Controversy game.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know if, like, there was some Freaky Friday stuff starting before the game where Zach Wilson and Mahomes switched bodies or something because Zach Wilson came out here and looked like he was him, bro. I'm not kidding. Zach Wilson had, like, played so freaking good. I was so heartbroken for them that he lost this game because this would have been, like, a huge confidence booster, in my opinion, for Zach Wilson because all of us were ready to give up on him. Like, literally almost everybody in the world. Robert Saleh was like, no, we're sticking with him. And he came out here and had a fantastic game. If you watched it, Zach Wilson was a guy that I didn't even recognize out there. It was kind of bizarre because Mahomes, on the other hand, was really disappointing. Very, very disappointing. And he got bailed at the end. In my personal opinion, I don't know about you guys because this is the controversial thing. I don't think that was a holding at the end. I think that should have been an interception, and the Jets should have had a chance to win the game.
Well, in the replay, it shows the ref sees the ball gets picked off, and right as it gets picked,
throws the flag. Yeah, I've noticed that too. That was so stupid.
And I will say, I'm just gonna let them take the floor with this one because after I left Brady's house after the Raiders game, I ended up leaving my house and I did not watch like any of this game. So when you guys are like, I haven't even watched the highlights yet, I need to go do it because
bro,
I did not. I haven't even seen Zach Wilson.
Wilson
he played great.
Balled out, bro.
Yeah.
That's what for his standards he balled out.
Yeah, and
like,
I think it should still be a confidence boost for him, knowing that he just went toe to toe with one of the best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, in front of Taylor Swift and all that too.
Oh yeah,
a lot of
people
were making jokes that it was because of Travis Kelce's mom being there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You saw that meme. It was like Travis Kelce looking at the stands and it showed Taylor Swift and it said Zach Wilson. It said Donna Kelce.
They said it's just like what's his name that used to play for the Warriors, Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
When there's a bunch of baddies on the sideline, he has to play great or whatever.
Dude, that TikTok is fire though. He just goes off.
Oh, he went stupid. Yeah.
I will say. Just talk about the Chiefs real quick. The only thing I gotta say about them, as I'm already overseeing Taylor Swift, bro. Holy shit,
bro! The NFL like changed their banner to Taylor Swift. I'm like,
bro,
what
they
are we
said
doing?
the Swifties are 2-0 in their bio.
So crazy.
Not only that, Isaiah Pacheco went and scored a touchdown. He went to go do a celebration and then just cussed at Taylor Swift.
Oh my god,
that shit was.
That's something I didn't even really.
Yeah, I seen it on Twitter.
And dude, the Jets running game has been fucking awful.
Yeah, Brees Hall. I think he's gonna keep getting going. I think the Chiefs' defense is a lot better.
Look how many carries. Like only 6 and 5. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean Zach Wilson. Like I said, they kept the ball in his hands, man. He was playing
I
great.
just haven't been watching this game. Have they just not been getting carries all week? I gotta check.
Yeah, I mean for the most part they've been playing from behind. But I thought this was a game that they were about to win, and I think they should have. Sauce Gardner, or it wasn't Sauce Gardner that got the interception at the end. I forgot who it was, but. Yeah, it was stupid, man. I thought the Jets got absolutely screwed. Even Robert Saleh got a penalty because of how mad he was, which again I think it was rightfully deserved. I think the Chiefs got bailed, and Mahomes did not play great at all. Should have had 3 interceptions.
Real bad call.
Yeah, Zach Wilson though, I will say he gives me some confidence going forward. They play the Broncos next, and Broncos defense has been terrible. I think that's a game where Zach Wilson, if he plays like he did last week.
Drops a 70 bomb on him.
Should ball out.
Yeah.
70 bomb?
70? I don't know about that, but...
I looked it up. Since the Bills game, the most attempts that Brees Hall has had is 12.
Yeah, they need to get the run game going a lot more. Brees Hall is so explosive.
Well, not only that, bringing in Dalvin Cook, too. You think that's
both of them. You got to get them both involved. But Monday Night Football.
Real quick, we did mention earlier teams that we were giving up on.
Giants.
Now, Giants fans, I don't mean no disrespect.
One of them. Sorry, I forgot to say I gave up. I did give up on them, but I did.
Giants fans, by no disrespect, Daniel Jones does not seem to be that guy.
He does not. So far, does not seem to be that way, and it only gets worse. It only gets worse from here, because the Giants' next 2 games are, I believe, the Dolphins for sure.
Yeah,
and then I think they play the Bills.
Ooh.
That's 1-5 to start the season.
No chance at all.
No.
I could see them maybe beating the Dolphins on some weird bullshit, but like
the Bills, no way.
Absolutely no way. I don't think they beat the Bills. Like I don't know. For some reason, I just have a gut feeling that the Giants could win that game out of nowhere. Like no one expects it, and they win that game. It'd be so weird. It'd be stupid, but
or I mean,
Las Vegas bets type stuff. Huh?
Yeah, like
technically they could win if the Bills just played like complete dog shit. But if the Bills keep on playing like how they're playing, and the Giants go play against them, it's gonna be a 30-3 blowout. Because
honestly, dude, like just watching this game last night, I honestly just feel bad for Daniel Jones. Like I feel bad for him.
11 sacks, bro.
Yeah, his offensive line's ass.
That's insane. Like the Giants have spent a lot of draft capital on their offensive line, and for them to allow, I know Andrew Thomas didn't play in this game, but to allow 11 sacks on your quarterback is insane, bro. It's just a lot. And I know Commanders' offensive line is terrible too, so I know all about that. But Jones had 3 turnovers in this game. Does not look good, man.
That's not even an excuse because you even heard the commentator say this game that the Seahawks offensive line was banged up too, and they still got the job done.
Dude, but
they were on their third stringers.
Dude, the special teams were killing the Giants though too. They were getting penalties left and right.
Yeah, penalty. There was a lot of flags.
Dude, and all of them was like too many players. Most of them, like there was only like 3 or 4 calls for too many players or not. What was it? It was like
another one was just roughing the kicker like that. That killed him too.
Yeah,
you know, just.
Devin Witherspoon has arrived, by the way.
Dude, he had a great game.
Fantastic game. Had 2 sacks in this game, a pick 6.
And he was just everywhere all over the field. He was the one making tackles. Like every
Jamal
time
Adams came back too, and dude, he went out after 9 plays with a concussion. So
he was pissed.
He was pissed. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, because it's been like 200 or 300 days, right?
Yeah, it was like 300 days.
385 days.
Yeah, since he played a game, which is crazy.
And I love Jamal. I love Adams.
Gino got hurt in this game. But he came back. He only had 110 yards.
Hey, Drew Lock looked good.
Drew Lock did look good when he played. I'm not
Geno Smith was pissed. I think it was Isaiah Simmons who tackled him out of bounds.
Yeah. Geno was chirping. I think he went up to said something to Andrew McKinney.
He said something to the wrong person. He was saying the person that
I know.
landed on his leg.
Alex, as we know, is the Giants fan on the podcast. I wish he was here so we can get his intel and what he feels like about his Giants
I'll get to the intel for him. You ready? This team is ass. Daniel Jones is ass. Let's move on.
No, but seriously though, you just feel bad for Daniel Jones and Dable and all of them. Like just the way that game went yesterday, it is, you know.
I want to see the Giants schedule the rest of the way because I know their next 2 games are absolutely brutal. So they play, Dolphins, Bills, and then Commanders. I mean, they always play the Commanders really good, so I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us. The Jets, that's toss-up. Raiders,
they're beating the Raiders. They're beating us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like these next 2 games are going to be brutal, 1 and 5, but maybe these next 4 could be winnable for them. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, like you said earlier, I feel like.
Or Cowboys, I don't know about that one, but
the Bills and Dolphins game, I feel like they can definitely win one of those.
You think they can win one of them?
Yes, randomly.
I could see it too. I'm not gonna lie, I could see it too.
Daniel Jones is gonna have to turn up now.
Yeah, because I mean, right now that contract does not look great.
160, how long?
For 1 season of good 4 years, 160. After 1 season of good play, before that, obviously has been just terrible. He had a record of like 0-12 on Monday Night Football or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 1-12, I think.
Yeah, or something crazy like that.
They literally gave him too much money for like 1 good year.
I would have franchise tagged Daniel Jones and paid Barkley.
Yeah, that's what I would have
done. I think that's what I would have done. But I get it. You secure your quarterback under contract. You thought, I mean, Brian Dable looked pissed and over Daniel Jones too.
He threw the tablet.
Yeah, so that is your week 4 recap, though. There are definitely some interesting storylines so far a quarter way through the season. But week 5 is up next.
Well, actually, real quick, one more thing about that Giants game. What really killed them was when they marched down the field. They were looking good, and he threw that interception in the end zone.
Yep.
And Dable looked at him. He was like, "What were you throwing to?"
Bro, yeah. that's like one thing too is that the Giants have looked really good on the first drive, and then it just seems like after that first drive, they just don't know how to play football.
Well, even that was later in the game when that happened.
Yeah.
When they were going.
The only game they look like they know how to play football is the Cardinals, and the Cardinals threw that game. So
yeah, realistically speaking, the Giants should be 0-4 right now. In a way. But as I said, Thursday night football.
Best fucking Thursday night game.
I'm surprised they scheduled this game again because last year this was probably the worst. Like there was a lot of terrible games on Thursday night football because we had like Broncos and Colts as well. But the Bears Commanders game last year was horrible, like bad. It was so bad. As a Commanders fan, I watched that whole game and thought, "What did I just watch?" But this time it's going to be in Washington, and I expect a much better game this time. It's not Carson Wentz starting. That's who started last year in this game. But I'm excited for the Commanders to be able to bounce back because even though they lost against Philadelphia, they should feel pretty good about how they played against a team like that. and they should carry all the momentum in. We're wearing our all-black unis as well on Thursday.
Uh-oh.
So that should be fun. But yeah, it's sold-out game again in Washington. There's no excuses. I think you have to come out and win this game. If you're Washington, you have to win this game. And that will ultimately be who I'm predicting to win this game when we put the predictions on the card.
I was about to say, first of all, there's no way you guys are going to lose to the Bears. I cannot believe the Bears winning at all. They just can't keep a lead, especially from last game. I think right now, if we all had to choose, can we say right now who we want to pick, or you guys want to wait?
No,
you can say.
I mean, I'm picking the Commanders.
I got to go Commanders with this game.
I'm gonna joke around and say to you guys publicly that I'm gonna pick the Bears.
I probably
because I just want to see that. I just want to see them win because I just want them to get out of the Caleb Williams thinking. Okay, so I do want the Bears to start winning, but
bro, it does not matter. You know why? Because they don't only hold their own pick. They hold the Panthers pick too.
Yeah.
So they're going to have double the chance that Caleb Williams, buddy boy.
Hey, throw that shit out the fucking window, Dustin.
One thing I will say, though, is that another thing that makes you think about it is that I know every single person except for me would be all on the Commanders. So that also gives me confidence to just pick the Commanders so that my record doesn't change at all. We all take the L if they lose and we move on with our day.
Here we go. We can go with that. So you got the Commanders.
Yeah.
All right. But listen, also that, like Brady just mentioned, they just played Philadelphia. One of the toughest teams in the NFC. So now coming against the Bears, come on, man. Come on.
I will.
They gotta go out and just
I'm a little worried because Jack Del Rio always struggles against running quarterback, so that kind of worries me a little bit.
You guys are gonna whoop their ass.
We should. There's no reason why we should lose this game. They're 0-4. We've played good this season. I mean, the Bills absolutely swiped us. That is, going to stay that way. But we legitimately had a chance to win that Eagles game. So I feel pretty good about our chances of beating the Bears. And then next week we play another winnable game. I forgot who it's against at the moment. But the Commanders could get to like 5-2. Because I think the Giants are after that. And they're beatable.
Justin Fields don't come out like last game, but actually win the game.
Yeah.
If Justin Fields, that's what I'm saying. If Justin Fields goes out there and play like that's why I can't not predict it. Because like, he did finally play good, and if he did play like that against most teams, like he could definitely put up a fight in the game. But since I know everyone's gonna choose the Commanders, and I don't want to fucking lose our betting challenge, then I'm gonna just go Commanders to be safe.
And a weird, funny stat that ever since they traded Roquan Smith, they have not won a game.
Yeah. That was their best middle linebacker. I mean, they got Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards now.
You can't replace Roquan Smith.
I guess not. I think Tremaine Edmonds is really good.
Jared just says that because he's on his team.
No, Roquan Smith.
Which, by the way,
best.
Dustin, please pick the Bears. Just do it.
Don't pick the Bears.
Pick the Bears.
I'm not going to.
I think it's going to do it, unless you guys have anything else to add.
Roquan Smith is one of the best middle linebackers in the NFL.
I think David Mayo would have something to say about that. I'm just kidding.
Bro, go Commanders.
He wants.
I joined the Commanders team for the remainder of the season. I'm over Derek Carr.
I forgot who we played. Bro,
I'm over Josh
I forgot who we played next week, but I think it's a winnable game if I remember correctly.
Because the best
Falcons. We play the Falcons.
You're getting mobbed
by Atlanta.
Yeah.
Mobbed.
Yeah. 40-0.
You're crazy.
40-0.
I'm picking the Falcons.
And then we play the Giants, then we play the Eagles, which we'll see how that game goes, and then Patriots, Seahawks. I don't feel terrible by the schedule. I think it's not terrible. It's not terrible. We don't have to play like the
losing Seahawks.
Because we're playing a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
We get to play all birds. If only we had the Ravens, so we could literally obliterate them.
That'd be a fucking game for us to just beat up on, dude. Just the team to have a good day. Nobody would sleep. They'd stay up all night and just fucking go have a great day.
All right, boys. That's going to do it for us. We'll see y'all in the next episode. As always, this is In the Slant. We're saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and click here to subscribe and, of course, to watch some more.